Welcome to The Explainer. Every so often, a week comes along in AI that just feels different, like a fundamental shift is happening right before our eyes. And this was one of those weeks. We have seen an absolute explosion of new tools that are changing the very fabric of creation, from generating entire worlds in real time to crafting digital avatars so realistic, they're kind of unsettling. So let's break down what just happened. So here's the game plan. First, we're going to dive into AI that can build entire interactive playgrounds on the fly. Then, we'll look at how digital avatars are getting shockingly realistic. After that, we'll check out the new creative co-pilots that are basically supercharging artistic workflows. And finally, we'll see how all of this digital magic is spilling over into the real world with the Robot Olympics. All right, let's kick things off with a concept that honestly feels like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. AI that can generate entire playable video games from just a simple text prompt. And it does it all in real time. I mean, just think about that for a second. We're not talking about some pre-built level in a game. We're talking about an infinite world that literally builds itself around you as you play. Now, we've seen little glimpses of this from closed-source models like Google's Genie. But this week, well, the game completely changed. That's right. It wasn't just one or two. A whopping 4 different open-source interactive world generators dropped basically all at once. This means this incredible technology is now out there for anyone to use, assuming you have the horsepower to run it. So this sudden explosion gave us a few new key players, and each one kind of has its own special trick. You've got Matrix Game 2.0, which is great for different camera views and can generate longer clips. Then there's Hunyan Gamecraft, which has this cool scene memory, so things don't just vanish when you turn away. But the one that's really pushing the envelope on quality, that's Yan. Yan is a serious step up. We're talking crisp 1080p resolution at a buttery smooth 60 frames per second. But the real magic here is its ability to create worlds that feel physically correct. You'll see characters actually accelerate down ramps or get knocked back by obstacles. It seems to have a genuine understanding of physics. So how does it pull off that realism? Well, it's a really clever two-part system. First, a simulator called Yansem basically builds the 3D world's physics, the mechanics, the depth, all of it. And only then does the second part, Yanjun, take that simulation and render it into the beautiful, playable video you see. It's a brilliant way to separate the physics engine from the video generator. Okay, so while this tech is now open source, the word accessible comes with a giant asterisk. You need some serious computing power. To run a beast like Hunyan Gamecraft, the recommendation is a GPU with a staggering 80 gigabytes of VRAM. Just for a little context, most really high-end gaming cards top out at 16 or 24 gigs. So for now, this stuff is still on the absolute bleeding edge. Okay, so we've got these incredible worlds. What's next? Well, now AI is starting to fill them with characters that are becoming almost indistinguishable from real people. The big goal here is to create digital humans that are just believable, whether it's for movies, video games, or maybe even your next video call. And this week, we saw a massive leap forward with tools that can take a single photo of a person and bring them to life with just stunning accuracy. One of the standout tools here is called Standin. And what makes it so powerful is its versatility. It doesn't just work on realistic photos. You can use it to animate an anime character, a drawing, or even something like a teddy bear. And it does an amazing job of keeping the identity of the original image intact. Then there's another tool, Fantasy Portrait, which takes things even further. Older tech like Live Portrait was cool, but it was pretty much limited to just animating a single person's face. Fantasy Portrait can animate the full head and body of multiple characters in the same shot. So you can transfer the poses of 2 real actors onto 2 completely new AI characters interacting with each other. But honestly, the most mind-blowing development has to be Stable Avatar. It syncs audio to animation, but it goes way, way beyond just lip-syncing. One demo shows a woman singing, and her fingers are playing the piano perfectly in time with the actual notes in the song. And another, a character's hands are fretting and strumming a guitar in perfect sync with the chords.
It's a level of detail we have just never seen before.
So we've got worlds and we've got characters. Now let's talk about the AI tools that are designed to be powerful assistants, basically streamlining the entire creative pipeline from start to finish.
Yeah, think of these creative co-pilots as like a force multiplier for artists. They handle the really tedious, time-sucking parts of the job, like storyboarding, coloring animation frames, or setting up product photo shoots. This frees up creators to focus on the big picture ideas.
Take Story to Board, for instance. You just feed it a story, and it spits out a complete, multi-panel storyboard. The secret sauce here is consistency. It uses this technique called latent panel anchoring, which is just a fancy way of saying it gives the AI a memory of the character's face and clothes, to make sure they actually look like the same person from one panel to the next. That's always been a huge challenge for AI.
And for 2D animation, there's a new tool called Toon Composer that solves a massive problem. Normally, when things move in an animation, the little details can get all distorted and messy. But with its region-wise control, the specific details on a character or an object stay perfectly preserved as they move. The result is just super crisp, high-quality animation. And in the world of e-commerce, a tool called Voost is an absolute game changer. It does two things. Virtual try-on lets you see what a shirt from a catalog would look like on a model. But virtual try-off is even crazier. It can lift an item of clothing right off a person in a photo and turn it into a perfect studio-style product shot on a white background. This could totally change fashion photography. Okay, for our last section, let's shift gears. What happens when all this progress in simulating reality, from entire worlds to individual people, is no longer stuck on a screen? Because the incredible progress we're seeing in the digital world is now being mirrored in the physical one. That's right, the World Humanoid Robot Games just kicked off in Beijing. You can basically think of it as the Robot Olympics, a real-world, physical benchmark for just how far AI-powered robots have come.
And we're not talking about simple little tasks here. The events were seriously demanding, testing a huge range of skills. Everything from track and field to full-on soccer matches, boxing, and even coordinated dance routines. And the results were, well, seriously impressive. Unitree's H1 robot, which was already the fastest humanoid robot in the world, just completely dominated the races. It snagged 2 gold medals and set a new speed record, finishing a 400-meter race in just 1 minute and 28 seconds. This progress is becoming very real, and it's happening very fast. So when you put it all together, these real-time digital worlds, the photorealistic avatars, the record-breaking robots, it leaves us with a pretty deep question. As we start to co-create our reality with these incredibly powerful AIs, who is really the author anymore? The line between the creator and the tool is blurring faster than ever, and that's the strange new world we're all learning to navigate.